unto you, Shri. Hari Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya-koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru me Deva Sarvakaryashu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varde Kamarupani Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhi Bhavatu Me Sara Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sashat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh, Gauri Ganesh, Uma Mahesh, Parvati Nandana Shri Ganesh, Gauri Ganesh, Uma Mahesh, Parvati Nandana Shri Ganesh, Gauri Ganesh, Uma Mahesh, Parvati Nandana Shri Ganesh, Gauri Ganesh, Parvati Nandana Shri Sharanam Ganesh, 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 Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh, Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh, Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh, Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh, Gauri Ganesh, Uma Mahesh, Parvati Nandana Shri Ganesh, Gauri Ganesh, Uma Mahesh, Parvati Nandana Shri Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh, Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh. Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah, Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Namah, Ashta Vinayaka Namo Namah, Ganapati Baba Moria. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा ओम गणपति बाबा मोरया ओम गणपति बाबा मोरया ओम गणपति बाबा मोरया। विघ्नहरण गौरी के नंदन सुमिरे सदा सुखदाई रे। तुलसीदास जो गणपति सुमिरे कोटि विघ्न हरधाई रे। वेद पुराण कथा से पहले जो सुमिरे सुखदाई रे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि लक्ष्मी मन इच्छा फलदाई रे। पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
गजानना गजानना गजानना
गजानना
गजानना गजानना गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना
पार्वती नंदा गजानना
एकदंता गजानना एकदंता गजानना अनेकदंता विज्ञानना अनेकदंता विज्ञानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना
पार्वती नंदा गजानना
सिद्धि विनायक गजानना सिद्धि विनायक गजानना सिद्धि विनायक गजानना सिद्धि विनायक गजानना अनेकदंता विज्ञानना अनेकदंता विज्ञानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पाहि
पाहि पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
रम्भो गजर गजानना रम्भो गजर गजानना रम्भो गजर गजानना रम्भो गजर गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर साईशराय नमो शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर साईशराय नमो हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर साईशराय नमो शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर साईशराय नमो शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर साईशराय नमो शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर साईशराय शिव हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय शंभो महादेवा शंभो महादेवा हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय शंभो महादेवा शिव शंभो महादेवा शंभो महादेवा शिव शंभो महादेवा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा गौरी वरा शंकरा गौरी वरा शंकरा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा गौरी वरा शंकरा गौरी वरा शंकरा शिव 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 शंभो हर 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 शंभो शिव 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 शंभो हर 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 शंभो हर 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 शंभो हर 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 शंभो
गणेश भगवान की जय. Children of God, Sitaram to one and all, and welcome to this another evening of devotion and discourse on Bhagwan Sri Ganesh. As we are moving this far, all is well. I think by today we will settle on where we'll be doing the Visarjan on Sunday morning, and that is the last little piece of decision we had to make, and I think we have enough information that this evening when we have our little meeting at the end, we will come to that decision. At this time I want to commence this evening discourse, and I would like you all to be as comfortable as you can. Nirav, just shift this ladder from there. I want you all to be as comfortable as you can as we now prepare putting the hands together, closing the physical eyes. We all pray. Gajananam bhutaganaadisevitam kapeta jambho palisar bhakshanam Umasutam Shokavinashikarkam Namami Vigneshwar Parapankajam Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Saraswati Rupena Sanskrita Namastasye, 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 namo namah. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaram, Gurur Sachat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nagindraharam Trilochanayam Bhashmandragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shudaya Digam Marayam Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Anjani Garbhasan Mukhom Vayu Putro Mahabal Kumaro Brahmachari Cham Hanuman Me Prasidha Me. Om Bhurbhuvasva Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavarhitamastu Ma Vidvishabhahe. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Prem se bole Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki. At this time, I'd call on the Vice President to do welcome on behalf of Dharam Ki Awaaz.
Sitaram.
Sitaram.
The reason why I stand here for, you could say me good now. So, yeah. Our spiritual leaders, Pandit Vishnu, Pandit Jai, devotees, friends, and well-wishers of Dharam Ki Awaaz. On behalf of Dharam Ki Awaaz, it gives me great pleasure in welcoming all of you here today. Dharam Ki Awaaz was formed and come together with one thing in mind, and that was to change people's lives, to awaken the consciousness in people so that we stop living in the illusion of the world. And the only way to do that is to be present here and be part of this so that we will stay away from the negativity of this world. And all of us need that in our lives right now. So on behalf of all of us and of Dharam Ki Awaaz, we welcome all of you here and all who are viewing us on the Pandit Vishnu Live and Sankhya TV. Welcome to Dharam Ki Awaaz Ganesh 2022 celebrations. Thank you.
Prem se bole Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai. Swagatam Swagatam Sri Ganesh Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh Swagatam Sri Ganesh Sharanam
Gatam Sri Ganesh
Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh
Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh
Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Swagatam Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh. Haribo!
Swagatam Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh.
Swagatam Shri Swagatam Shri Swagatam Shri Ganesh.
Swagatam Shri Swagatam Shri Swagatam Shri Ganesh. Swagatam Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh. Swagatam Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh.
Swagatam
Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. Very easy. I want to hear everybody with that. Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. Stop the music. Stop the harmonium. I want to hear everybody, because this is what we have to bring on our life. This is what we have to ask Ganesh Bhagwan to allow us to be enjoying. Let me hear it. Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. I want to hear it a little bit. My ears not too well. Love and forgiveness.
Please come to my house.
Oh, how beautiful. I want to hear it one more time. Love and forgiveness.
Peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Ganesh.
Swagatam Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh. Swagatam Shri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh,
Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh,
Sharanam Gatam Shri Ganesh.
Ganesh Bhagwan ki. As we bring discourse this evening, put your hands together, close the physical eyes. As we pray. Hari Om Samukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakam Lambodharascha Victo Viganasham Ganadipatiye Namaham Om Dhumraketu Ganayaksho Balachandro Gajyanaham Dwadeshta Nilimami Yatsrinudhyapim Vidyarambe Vivahe Cha Pravishe Nirgamitatham Sangrame Sankate Che Eva Vignam Tasya Na Jayate Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratunaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanti Prachodayam Om Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam कपीत जम्भूपल सार भक्षणं उमासुतं शोक विनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पार पंकजं। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सहा वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। ए जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय बोल।
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति
जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। यहाँ कहाँ कर ब्रह्म जी चूपन ओम गए तो व्यास जी ने उनसे निवेदन किया। ब्रह्मन फिर रुक मंग धाबे गणेश भक्त हुआ। ओम यहाँ नहीं जय जय श्री गणेश जय भगवान। राजा रुक मंग धाम भराम धर्म का और सत्यवादी हुआ तम उसे भी एक भार भरे संकट की प्राप्ति हुई थी। जे सखी निर्भृतं गणेश कृपा से ही हुई। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश जय जय
भगवान।
ओ जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति
जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय।
गणेश भगवान की। So my dear friends, the very first evening of our discourse, we spoke about a king known as Raja Bheem. And devotees and friends, Raja Bheem was not happy. You remember that? And Raja Bheem was not happy because he didn't have any children. He gave great gifts and, real dhan and everything else. And yet still there was no children. Until he decided to go into the forest and pray. And he said, leaving the kingdom, going into the forest to pray is a win-win situation for him. If he get a child, he will be happy. And if he didn't get a child, then he will have realization. So it's a win-win situation for him going into the forest. And so he went into the forest. And that very first night, we learned about nothing. Nothing is possible for us to have if we do not find ourselves in the company of the saints. So children of God, Raja Bheem remained and find with the great guru by the name of, well, I forget who the guru name was, Vishwamitra. And he went to Vishwamitra ashram. And there Vishwamitra told to him about his past karmas that caused him to be unhappy at this time. And for a few days we dealt with some of the past karmas. But what he really went into the forest for? To hear about the past karma? Didn't he? No, he went in the forest to pray. He went in the forest to pray so that he can have children. He can have at least a child. And so, my dear friends, after Vishwamitra spoke to him, tell him about all his past karma, he initiated Raja Bheem into the devotion of Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. And I explained to you also what that mantra means, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. O Ganapati, O Ganesha, please come, and come quickly and help me out of my difficulties. And so, my dear friends, Raja Bheem prayed, and his prayer was well intense. And he continued, my dear friends, allowing his life to be saturated into the mantra. And I ask of you this evening, when you all chant the mantra, do you allow your life, your mind to be saturated in a mantra? Or the slightest of miss of a sound, your attention is being redirected from the mantra to the sound? Check it out when you do the mantra next time around. Or if now, I want you all to chant now. Close your eyes and chant. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapati. Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai. How many of you, while you were chanting the mantra, heard the loud noise on the mic? And be honest. If you didn't hear it, you didn't hear it. But if you hear it, let us know. All those who heard it. Right. And you know why we heard that sound? We heard that sound because we were not totally absorbed in the recitation of the mantra. When we are totally absorbed in the mantra, no matter what may fall, a bell may ring, and you would not be moved. It would not even exist to you. So, my dear friends, that is how Raja Bheem and his Dulahin prayed. Nothing in the forest, nothing there in the ashram of Vishwamitra disturbed them. And so they were blessed with one child. And that child's name was Ruka Manga. And so, my dear friends, Ruka Manga was born a very loving child. Ruka Manga, my dear friends, had the 5 Shaktis of Sri Ganesh. What are the 5 Shaktis of Sri Ganesh? The 5 Shaktis of Sri Ganesh, the first Shakti. The first Shakti of Sri Ganesh emanates the feelings of love and compassion that the good person naturally has for his or her immediate family. So that's the first Shakti of Sri Ganesh, where you, the devotee, will develop that intense love and care and attention for your immediate family. And I believe that everyone here have developed that Shakti. Kaviraj, we all develop that Shakti for that love and compassion of our family. Natural, It talks about naturally developing that love. You don't have to force that love. Not because you're my brother, not because you're my sister, not because you know. but we're talking about the immediate family here. The second Shakti, my dear friends, of Ganesh Bhagwan is when that same feelings of natural love and compassion is now ready to be imparted to our relatives, our neighbors, and our friends. That is the second Shakti. This might be a more difficult Shakti to allow into your life. But Ruka Manga, my dear friends, the son of Raja Bheem, had that quality also. So he had the quality and the love for his parents, as we will see by the end of the Katha, how much love he had for his parents. Children of God, he had that love for his relatives and extended people, and he had it to start that love now for the citizens of that state in which his father ruled. Devotees and friends, children of God, the third Shakti of Sri Ganesh Bhagwan is, to have that same love extended in all persons. One has dealing with in the external world, business association, casual merchant, and the public at large. It is honesty. It is harmonious relationship in conduct. It is, harmonious relationship and honesty in trade and business, in finance, and the distribution of wealth. This, my dear friends, is the third Shakti. The fourth Shakti tells to us that you must have that same love, my dear friends. The fourth Shakti of Ganesh Bhagwan brings us through the creative, intuitive mind to love all beings, religious formalities, and respect, discipline. And the fifth Shakti is where we will have that love for nature, for the trees, the plants, the animals. We must have that respect and that love. Ruka Manga had all those 5 qualities. He had love for his parents, natural pure love. He had that same love for his extended family, relatives, friends, neighbors. He had that for the citizens. And he had it even for the plants. Even the people who he deal in business, he dealt with them very straightforward. A person like that, would you have any question? Would you have any doubt in your mind in placing such a person as your leader? No, we wouldn't. And so, my dear friends, Raja Bheem then decided, my son will now become king. And so the coronation took place. And as I tell to you, my dear friends, this child of Raja Bheem had that 5 Shaktis. He also, my dear friends, those 5 Shaktis will help physically. If we look at it, those 5 Shaktis refer to physical relationship and interference. But my dear friends, this child also was very much aware of time and space. He knew that he was limited by time and space. So he have maneuvered Mooladhara Chakra. He then, my dear friends, had reasoning, as we will see later on. He had willpower. And you will see that again as the Katha continues in a few minutes. He had divine love. He had illumination. He had divine sight. My dear friends, he had mastered the 7 upper chakra. The last time we talked about us down here on earth, we still had to maneuver the first 7 chakra because we still have fear, we still have lust, we still have anger, we still like to retaliate, we still have jealousy, we still, our minds are confused, we still think about ourselves and nobody else, we don't act on our conscience all the time, and we still like to take revenge. Once those things are still in your mind, you are still fighting to climb the 7 lower chakras. But this king, Ruka Manga, had completed the 7 top. So we are not going to stay below, we're going to see how to get on top there now. And to get on top there, you have to start with the first Shakti of Ganesha. Naturally love and express compassion and love to your immediate family. Children of God, wives, if the husband make a little mistake and you start quarreling, is that expressing love? Husband, if the wife make a little mistake and you start using harsh words to the wife, is that love? No. Love, my dear friends, is when that person you care about, that person you care about so much, have done something which is not pleasing or which is not in tune with what you believe is right, for you to teach that person what you believe is right. Teaching and quarreling is 2 different things. Teaching and becoming angry about something is 2 different things. And they'll say sometimes, Baba, that's the only language they know, you know. If I use that language, they wouldn't know. My dear friends, that's not love. That is not Ganesh Bhagwan Shakti. So this boy was coronated king. And as he was coronated king, we see something happen now. Let us go again. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, oh, everybody! Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati. व्यास जी बोले एक दिन वहाँ श्रीकर के लिए वन में गया और श्रीकर नाम मिलाने पर इधर उधर भटकने लगा। तभी उसे भचाकन वे ऋषि काम आश्रम दिखाई दिया। जय श्री गणेश। वहाँ उस आश्रम में गया तो वहाँ ऋषि और उनके पत्नी मुकुंदा दिखाई दिए। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। उसने देखो देनों को प्राणमा किया और ऋषि के अज्ञान से कुटी के एक कक्ष में विश्राम करने लगे। जय जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। इसी बीच ऋषि स्नाने नारदम सरोवर पर चले गए। तभी ऋषि पत्नी ने राजा के पास जाकर कहाँ की तुम अति सुंदर हो, मैं तुम पर मोहिता हो गई हूँ। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान, मुझे प्रसन्न पान करो राजा भोला। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान, आप पूज्य महर्षि की पत्नी है और मेरे लिए माता के समान है। अत में ऐसा दुष्कर्म नहीं कर सकता। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान, जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। यहाँ सुनाकर मुकुंदा ने उससे श्राप दे दिया कि तूने मोरे तिरस्कार किया है, इसलिए क्रोधी हो जाएगा। राजा उसी समय क्रोधी हो गया। ए जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश जय गणपति, जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति,
जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति
जय श्री गणेश भगवान की। So this king one day, Ruka Manga, he went into the forest, and while he, my dear friends, they were moving around in the forest, the king got very thirsty. The king got very thirsty as he moved around into the forest. And so, my dear friends, he came to the ashram of Kavi Mahamuni. But Kavi Mahamuni, the great Rishi, went to the river, Sarovar. He went there to take his bath and do his devotion. So his beautiful wife was at home. She was in the ashram. And the king very politely went out and asked of her that he would like some water to drink. And oh, how much she obliged, and she gave to him the water. Devotees and friends, children of God, as he received the water and he partaked of the water, the Rishi's wife had a different thought in her mind. And when she saw this young, handsome prince, she forget her husband is now a saint, a Rishi, and she was attracted to this young man. Troubled in our Kaviraj. She was attracted to this young man. Children of God, she made her position very clear with the king. Ruka Manga told to him, I am attracted to you. I am willing to submit myself to you. And he refused her. He refused her, my dear friend. And yes, I think I will do that line too. He refused her very much. And this is what he told to her, very, very nicely. He told to her, he said, listen, it says that it is not wise for neither me nor you to indulge into this misbehavior. So I am asking of you, please, I see you as mother. And please allow me to treat you like that. So tomorrow night Katha, we will get some more details. But tonight, the Katha, Ruka Manga, showed his willpower. That he is not going to fall for the, and remember, the Rishi wife was just as beautiful and young. The description given here. But he did not fall for it. And he refused it. And so, my dear friends, what happened? In refusing her, she gave him a curse and told to him, you refused me and my offering of myself to you. You will now have that skin disease of leukemia. It's one of the skin diseases, yes. And so devotees and friends, he was very worried. And in his worry, he was now, my dear friends, talking to Narada Muni. Dinesh will sing us a bhajan and then I'll tell you all what Narada Muni told to him.
The child asks of his mother, "O mother, why do we worship an elephant-faced god?" The song is set in the age of Satyug, and it gives details upon the elephant face of Shri Ganesh. सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरिजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरिजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरिजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। प्रात स्नान की बेला थी वो, कोई नाता परा देखा है जो। मूरत एक मती बनी आई, प्राण परिश्ता उसमें कराई। सतयुग की एक बात बताई, गिरिजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरिजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। बोल किसी को आने न दीना, जब तक ना आदेश सुनाई। इतने में शंकर परिहारा, और बालक रूप न द्वारा। सतयुग की एक बात बताई, गिरिजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरिजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। शिव ने कूप किया तब बारी, ले त्रिशूल नित सुत फेंचाई, शीश उतारा उस बालक का, व्याकुल हाथा पार्वती का। सतयुग की बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। बोल हुए शंकर में जानी, कैसे किसोए कर प्राण दियाई। बोल साथी के जीव हो ऐसा, जो मांगे सन मुख ना सोए। सतयुग की बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। सृष्टि घूम गए देख शिवानी, ऐसे तो गज सुत है पाई। शीश लिए प्रभु गाज सुत काई, बालक को नम नाम दियाई। सतयुग की बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए।
Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. So Narada Muni now is speaking to Raja Ruka Manga. And so devotees and friends, Ruka Manga, listening now to Narad started to relate now a wonderful katha. And he told to Ruka Manga, he says, listen, he says, Devendra, you all know who is Devendra. Devendra is the saga boy of heaven. So my dear friends, Devendra, when you're playing saga boy, you just get into trouble, eh? Devendra, my dear friends, one asks of Narada Muni. He says, I want you to tell to me something which you have seen at the best. Something which is better than what heavens have. And Narada Muni tell to him, he says, down on earth, he said there is a rishi by the name of Gautama Rishi. And his wife is the most beautiful of anything you can see in the world. When them Sagabai hear that, so you know what happening now? He started to think differently. And so, my dear friends, he went down there and he deceived Ahilya, the wife of Gautama Rishi, by taking himself into the form of Gautama Rishi. And so, my dear friends, what happened? When Gautama Rishi returned and he saw Lord Indra coming out, Devendra coming out of his house, he told his wife, he said, you know I went for devotion. And it means that you have allowed this to happen. He says, you will become a stone. And that is how she became a stone. And you know from the Ramayana where it said that Prabhu Sri Ram had to pass and touch her. So my dear friends, my dear sisters and mothers, daughters, don't believe that if you have become unfaithful in a relationship, that it goes without any punishment. The punishment was very strong. She became a stone. But you know what happened? The Sagaboy and them just believe they get away free. But my dear friends, Gautama Rishi gave to Devendra one curse, that he had to go and hide himself. Devendra could not show himself to the world. Devotees and friends, you will never ever see a mother or daughter or sister outside without clothes. They will hide themselves. My dear friends, Devendra had 1,000 of those exposures, so he had to go and help himself, hide himself. So he went, my dear friends, into a lake, and he hid himself in the stalk of a lotus. And why it has been said that he hid himself in the stalk of a lotus? The stalk of the lotus, my dear friends, remains within the rotten mud. The lotus come above the mud. But in the dirty water, in the muddy water, the stalk is there. And when you complete wrong, you can't go and hide in heaven. You have to go and hide where it is unwelcoming. And that is why they talk about the stalk, that he hid in the stalk of a lotus. Because you will say, Pandit, how it is that a big man going to hide in a stalk of a lotus flower? No, what it means, my dear friends, that stalk of the lotus is from the rotten mud up here to the flowers that is blooming. So all the Saga boys and them, when that happened, you just had to hide your face. But remember, he was not just an ordinary person. He was the king of the celestial world. And when the devas were not seeing him, they all went, my dear friends. And this is Narada Muni narrating to Ruka Manga. He said when they went, they call out and they call out of him. And so, my dear friends, when he came out, he did like what every Harijan will do. It says Devendra, narrated all his wrongdoings he had committed. And he gave that to Narada Muni. He made a confession to Narada Muni. He says, and how this happened, I want you all to listen very carefully now. You see, these kathas happen. It happened in the celestial world to show to you. If the celestial be missed, what happens? So who is you and I? So he said, I was initiated with the mantra of Om Gam Ganapatiye by Brihaspati, the guru of all the sages. And after a while, I forget the mantra. I got myself in a little trouble again. And I was initiated once more into the mantra. And so, my dear friends, after forgetting the mantra, what happened? He says, it is then my mind strayed away to Gautama Rishi's wife. So, my dear friends, I ask this evening, how many of you could remember your Guru Mantra? Very well. How many of you use your Guru Mantra? How much times a day do you use the Guru Mantra? Do you make it 108 times 16? Which will be 16,000 and some. Do you make it there? Do you make it 1 times 108, which is 1080 times per day? Do you make it 5 times 108, which will be 540? Do you make it 108 times each day? Well, let me tell you how we use it. We tired and we go on the bed, and Guruji said, chant the Guru mantra before you sleep. So you're going on the bed and you're sleeping because you're tired already. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva, and you're very strong. Second one, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. And the third one, Om. Sometimes you don't get to complete 3, much less the chant 108. And my dear friends, this is what caused Devendra to slip from his mind, because what the mantra does, the constant repetition, my dear friends, of the mantra brings that divine vibration into your mind. And once the divine vibration is there, it will send forward divine thoughts. And divine thoughts, my dear friends, is not to go and deceive somebody. And he said, this is how I found myself in this predicament. And so, my dear friends, Narada Muni then initiated him once more with this mantra. And there Devendra, my dear friends, went. He went close to the tank in a village known as Kadamba. In that village known as Kadamba, he prayed, my dear friends. He concentrated on Lord Sri Ganesh. And it says, from the moment that Narada Muni initiated him with that mantra, all the marks on his body, 1,000 marks, became 1,000 eyes. And it says those 1,000 eyes were brighter than the 2 physical eyes. What it is saying here, those 1,000 eyes which was now transformed, it is brighter than these 2 physical eyes. Yes, my dear friends, your spiritual sight will always be brighter than your physical sight. Bhagavad Gita tells to us, when Arjuna asked of Bhagavan Krishna, he said, Lord, I want to see you in your full form. And the Lord told to him, he said, Arjuna, he said, you cannot see me with these physical eyes. So I'll give to you your spiritual eye, and so you'll be able to see me. So these 1,000 eyes given to Lord Indra, my dear friends, by Narada Muni, they were spiritual eyes. And so now he went into great devotion, penance. And I don't like to use the word penance, because what penance means? And penance is a punishment? No, my dear friends, he went into deep dhyan and jap. And so he keep repeating, Om Gam Ganapati Namaha, Om Gam Ganapati Namaha, Om Gam Ganapati Namaha, Om Gam Ganapati Namaha, Om Gam Ganapati Namaha. And so, my dear friends, for that length of time, and so he was totally saturated into the mantra, Sri Ganesh appeared to him. Sri Ganesh blessed him and asked what boon would he like. And he said, Lord, I'd always like to be of service at your feet, but most of all, I would like you to remain here. And so, my dear friends, they initiated a mandir there, and that mandir was known as Chintamani Vinayak. Chintamani Vinayak. And the tank or the water source there was known as Chintamani Tirata. And so, devotees and friends, it says, Narad now is telling to Ruka Manga. He says that anybody who goes here and have a bath will be able to get cure of whatever disease. And so Ruka Manga, my dear friends, went there and he got a new life. He got a new life. And so, my dear friends, what happens? At this time, the devas from the heavens, it was time now for he to go to the heavenly realm. And the devas were ready to come. And let us listen what he said. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Bo, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati,
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai
भगवान गणेश्वर के अज्ञान से हम यहाँ आए हैं, तुम हमारे साथ उस भीमान पर चढ़ा कर प्रभु की सेवा में चलो. So they're ready to carry him up now to the heaven. But he talks now. हे राजा बोले जय श्री गणेश, जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान. प्रभु परशो मेरे माता पिता अमी जीवनता है, मैं उन्हें छोड़ कर आपके साथ कैसे छुए. जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान, जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान. तो दूत बोले तुम पुनि इस कुंडा में स्नान और गणपति पूजन कर, उनका पुण्य आपने माता पिता के अर्पण करो तो उन्हें भी आपने साथ ले सकते हो. राजा के दूत के कहे अनुसार ही पुण्य स्नान पूजा नदी किया, और आपने माता पिता को साथ लोकर गणपति घम को चला गया. ए जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय
गणपति, जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय
गणेश भगवान की जय. So the Vahan, the heavenly Vahan, my dear friends, came to take him up. But my dear friends, he didn't go. He didn't go. Tell me something then. If the Lord sent a vehicle for you to go up by him, why all you would refuse it? So he put his hands together to the servants of Bhagwan Ganesh who came with the vehicle to carry him up. And he says, no, I would not like to go alone. My mother and my father is still alive. And I would like to take them with me. I would not like to go alone. What is the Shakti there? Love for immediate family. After all the trouble he went through, he says, I would like to take my mother and father with me. And so did the Dhutas, the servants of Sri Ganesh who came with the Vahan. Tell him, he said, you got to take a dip again into that Tirat spot. And you got to perform Puja of Sri Ganesh. And then you would be able to help the parents to go. And so, my dear friends, he had the opportunity of going now. But his parents would have remained back. And he chose, my dear friends, to delay his freedom to ensure that he helped his parents get freedom. And so he went back in the tank, and he went back in the Tirat place, and he started, my dear friends, his prayer until it was satisfied and answered. And dear Ganesh Bhagwan sent 2 more vehicles. Because always remember, my dear friends, and I want you to be very careful, when the vehicle come in, there's only one person could go in a vehicle. The heavenly vehicle is only one person can go into it. So you see, today you're holding on to the child and saying, my child, my child, my child, and you're letting him do all the wrong thing. My wife, my wife, my wife, and you're letting she do all the wrong thing. And you following too. You want to come to satsang? Poor wife want to come to satsang. The husband say, no, we had to go down to Skinner Park. And you're pulling the poor lady going down there now. Well, you know which vehicle come in there? The vehicle to go down. So my dear friends, this was one of the reasons why when the older people got their children married, they used to check the patra to check the position of the ganna. And nobody understand what the ganna was. But you see the children who go into high university and so on, doing business, you will hear of a SWOT analysis, not so? Strength, weakness, what again? Opportunity and what? Something again, threats. I think that's it. That leave me so long, I'm forgetting that part of it now. But my dear friends, there are three modes in the Ganna. You call it high, low, and medium. There are 2 positions, no 3 positions in Ganna. Nargan, Rakshas Gan, and Devta Gan. If you take a Devta Gan person and put them with a Rakshas Gan, how it going to mesh? Now we are saying they're bad, they're not demons, you know. But they will only want to go to the party and enjoy the worldly life. And the person of Devta Gan will only want to come and say, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah. And you will always have conflicts of that. But remember, my dear children of God, it is only one vehicle will come. And if your wife and you have the same amount, 2 vehicles will come, but you have to go in a separate one. What it means, everybody have to answer their own cause. Prem Sabali Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki. And that is why Ruka Manga asked for his parents. He didn't have space in his to carry them. So he prayed, my dear friends, until he get 2 vehicles so that his parents can go with him. Prem Sabali Sri Ganesha Bhagavan ki Jai. Today, sometimes, according to Kali Yuga Mahima Katha, it says, the young man, Rajiv and Nikhil, listen carefully. The young man, loved their parents so much. That's until he find a girlfriend. When he find a girlfriend, he's still holding on because he needs some extra money to go and lie with the girl a little bit. But when they ask to do something, he say, a little bit busy today. My dear friends, when the boy get to work now and he start to work, And he said, maritime. If you don't have God in your heart, boys, then all your side family dead. And the only side that will be alive will be your sasura. And you see that happening in today's world? But once you have God, you will recognize both side parents. But if you don't have God, it is only the wife side family. And that's called you mahima kata from me saying that by guess. And I see it happening in reality. Yeah, Vinash. We're telling she. Prem Sabale Shri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai. Ganesha Bhagavan ki. So devotees and friends, how wonderful. Katha telling us of the Shaktis and showing to us in the Katha the Shaktis of Shri Ganesh. Prem Sabale Shri Ganesha Bhagavan ki jai. So Pandit Jai will lead us out in Aarti this evening. And while that is happening, people get your coconuts and so on. And people who have already gotten a mala, the mala bead, and wish to continue with the vrat, I want a few of you come up here, please, right now. I'm not going to call. All those who are going back with the vrat this year and have already received one of the bead mala. So this is your token now for your continuing, and this is your commitment. Welcome back. While this is happening, you can get your coconuts.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
The next we will give tomorrow.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Siddhi Vinayaka.
Bhagwan ki Jai. All with your coconuts now, holy coconuts in your hands and prayer. Om Sri Krishna Krishna Sagyai Pavitya Mamasya Vidya Pradveshi Vala Kalipate Saptame Vaivasman Vantar Kalipatam Charane Jambu Dvipe West Indies Kande Arvat Arike Deshantargati Trinidad Desh Hari Om 56 Mapipi Road Chetre Grame Bhautavatarit Parahi Om Sri Ganesh Bhagwan Pujan Sankalap Karmahang Rikshe. Whatever wish, desire you have now, keep it there. Samukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gaja Karnaka Lambodara Sacha Victo Viganasho Ganadipati Namaham Om Dhumraketu Ganayaksho Bala Chandra Gajanaham Dwa Deshatani Namami Yatsrino Deapim Vidya Rambe Vivahe Cha Pravishe Nirgamitata Sangrami Sankate Che Eva Vignam Tasyana Jayatim Om Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki. Crack your coconut, come up now and do arti as I told you all the last night. It is just to one of the Ganesh, not three. So you're doing one and you're going back. Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Go ahead, Pandit.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh,
Jai Ganesh Deva.
Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी माते सिंधु सोहे मूस की सवारी माते सिंधु सोहे मूस की सवारी जय गणेश 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 देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
Bhagwan ki. Putting the hands together, closing the physical eyes, we all pray. Om Asato Ma Satgamayam Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamayam Mrityoramam Amritam Gamayam. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvamevam Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sikha Tvamevam Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvamevam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Devam. Dear Lord, this evening, as we bring ourselves to closure, arouse in our hearts the Shakti of Sri Ganesh. First Shakti, love for our families. Second Shakti, love for our extended family, relatives and friends. Third Shakti, for those who we have interaction with and have to do business with. Fourth Shakti, for those who are external and we have to be involved. And the fifth Shakti, allow us to have love for the trees and the plants and the animals. Let us all pray. Om Tvameva Matam Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sikha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Devam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Devam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Devam. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki, Sanatan Dharma ki, Om Sri Gurudevata ki, Jai Jai Sitaram. All please have your seat. Arati and Prasad will come to you. Refreshments will be there for all. Please remain in your seat and it will reach you there. Sitaram to all. Join us tomorrow evening again. And from 5:30, we'll be meeting here again for Puja. Pandit Jai will be doing Puja and offerings from 5:30. Please and try come a little bit earlier because today our offerings run in a little bit over 7:30. So Pandit Jai is, religiously here at 5:30. Please be here and let us have the offerings done early so that we will be able to get going. Tomorrow again we'll be having the Sankhya TV recording, and so I ask all musicians to be here by 7 o'clock tomorrow, please, so that you can start the singing at 7 p.m. Sitaram. Beach. I have 3 still in my hands for new people. Tomorrow I'm going to get 10 more, so I'm expecting, my dear friends, to have at the end of this, how much we had first 10? So we are hoping to have 20 new people. I have 7 new people already. I still have 3 more in my hand for new people. And I have 2 more here. Tomorrow I'm going to get, I think, 20 more. So it means I give 18 people who was here last year is going back, and 7 people is new. So 18 and 7, I think that's 25, not so? So we have 25 people strong already back for the new Vrat 2022 to 2023. So my dear friends, Ganesh Utsav 2023 is well on the way already, because we have already how much? 25 people who have committed themselves. No meat, no fish, no eggs, no alcohol for the year, coming here every month to do puja, and every day reciting Gam Ganapati 108 times. Sitaram. And, you know, I'm still looking for 3 new people this evening, you know. Still looking for 3 new people. But everybody like they're frightened. Sitaram. All right, BJ, you go ahead. Children of God, just give me a little chance on the stage there, a little bit, please. Children of God, the Vice President just informed me, together with Pandit Jai, that they have spoken while I was here, and we have decided that we will be going to Kali Bay for Visarjan, and that will be on Sunday. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the announcement. We'd like each and every devotee who wants to do the closing puja to be here by 6:30 on Sunday morning, so that by 6:45 I can start that puja, so that by 7:30 puja will be finished, and then we will start bathing the murtis and so on, and then we'll be ready to load to go down to Kali Bay, which will take us about an hour from here. So my dear friends, please note that we are going to Kali Bay for our Visarjan this year. That is where our karma leads us. Sitaram.